Hi, this is Kerry Artak with Wicked Stocks, bringing you your daily NVIDIA report for Monday, November 18th, 2024. Let's take a look at the charts. I'm going to start with the day itself, kind of the week itself, and work our way out. 143.27, that channel bottom, 1 week channel bottom we settled below in Friday, is our resistance for the day and really for the early week. Can contain daily buying pressures, and below which anticipating 137.05 as a 1 to 2 day target, possibly today. On the way down today, I've got 140.14, which is actually just off of Friday's 140.08 low. And it is the same formation on the weekly chart that we find on the daily chart at 137.05. I can show it right here, 140.14. If we break that channel bottom, then we test its sister formation, if you will, at 137.05 on an intraday basis. 137.05 is our targeted support, able to contain selling. I think this could contain selling not only for the week, but even through December. From here, we can round up into the upper 150s within, let's just call it 3 to 5 weeks now, rather than 2 to 3 as before. 137.05 able to contain selling on a weekly basis and through December perhaps. And so for those of you day traders, 3 to 5 day swing traders, and 3 to 5 week position traders, all can make use of 137.05. In terms of a sell signal below 137.05, I really suggest holding out for 135.57, which is just below 137.05, and that is the low of the high. Now, the all-time high was put out 2 weeks ago. Last week, we came close to retesting it, but we didn't. So the actual high was 2 weeks ago. The low of the high on the weekly chart is a meaningful pivot point. Yes, it would be a weekly settlement Friday below 135.57 that would set off likely bearish continuation through the rest of November. I'll get to that in a moment. But even on a daily basis during the week, I think in combination, of course, with 137.05, that is our sell signal through the rest of the week. And really, as I've been saying, through the rest of November. If we close below the 135.57 to 137.05 region today, I see this could be 2 to 3 weeks, could take a little longer if volatility contracts, but I think a realistic 2 to 3 week objective in the 115.91 to 118.33 region, where if you're short, profits can be taken, and if you're not in the market at all, I think you can go long in the mid to upper 110s through the rest of the year and even well into the first quarter. This is rather actually a 3.5 month channel bottom that could contain selling into January, and from here we can round up. We could round up then to what would then be channel resistance in the mid 150s. Now we've got a similar structure above the market at 158.55, which I'll get to in a moment. You've got 141.16 here. I put this out, well, at one point I was going to call this our intraday pivot point. But then I realized we actually have a channel bottom on the weekly chart at 140.14, which is just above Friday's low. So rather go with the lower number. But this does underscore the fact that, you've got a minor tradable level. This is obviously well suited for what I would call the aggressive day trader who likes to, scalp, say, a point or two during the day several times over. 143.27, though, is our ceiling for the day and for the early week. And once again, below which the 137.05 formation is likely, where we could bottom out through December in combination with 135.57. But if we were to close below 137.05 and 135.57, then I see this mid to upper 110s as a realistic 2 to 3 week objective. So if we close below 135.57, you might consider reaching for 120 strike out of the money puts that don't expire. I would go 6 to 8 weeks out on that expiration, even though it's probably a 2 to 3 week play. If you only go 2 or 3 weeks out, you can actually see the market fall to your strike, and your strike is not really, the premium is not expanded appreciably like a more distant contract would. It doesn't have the theta. The back contract doesn't have the time decay element working against it as much. So you get more bang for your buck. Yes, it's more expensive, but you get a better return, of course. So let's go back to the upside today. You know, we've got 144.93 and 146.76. These are minor points that are in reach today above 143.27. And that could be it for the day, potentially. 144.93. If we push through 143.27, it's just below Friday's high of 145.24. But I will say that if we close above 143.27 today, I do see 149.77 as a 2 to 3 day target. I don't see 158.55 as a clear-cut objective as we move into next week unless we actually close above 149.77. So the way I see this shaping up is we are heavy into midweek below 143.27 or until we happen to test our 137.05 objective. You can go long at 137.05, by the way, and maybe I didn't articulate this fully this time, but I have much over the last week or two. Buying 137.05, then anticipation of 158.55. In fact, it's better on this chart. Buying 137.05, then anticipation of a 3 to 5 week upward rotation to the 158.55 channel top. That is the 2 to 3, 3 to 5 week play to the upside still above 137.05. But if we close below not only 137.05, but also 135.57 as articulated early, then we have a 2 to 3 week sell signal into the mid to upper 110s. It's about as simple as that. But if we were to break down kind of our short term, we are heavy below 143, 27. Expecting 137.05 over the next few days. And if we close above 143.27, we're then expecting 149.77 within several days, where by that point, Wednesday, Thursday, we could top out not only for the day, but possibly double top through the rest of the week. It would be a settlement above 149.77 right now that would clearly indicate 158.55 within a week or two of trade, where we could top out possibly through December and from 158.55 rotate south to channel support. That is now a similar variation in the 115.91 to 118.33 region. But I just want to once again mention that if we're testing 137.05, you can buy that level in anticipation of 158.55. So you're either buying 130. If your target is 158.55, this is what I'm struggling to say. If your objective is 158.55, you're buying 137.05 on weakness, or you're buying a settlement above 149.77 on strength. Those are the clear indications or the clear targets, I think, for 158.55. Once again, if you buy 137.05 and we close below 135.57, no longer expecting that upper 150s, low 160s, but rather the mid to upper 110s and climbing within about 2 to 3 weeks. I think I've pretty much said it all. Please click like, share, subscribe. Check out wickedstocks.com. 2 stock picks a week. Last week was Affirm Holdings and Amazon. Very timely analysis in Amazon. You want to check it out. And we also offer daily triple Q and SPY analysis. The triple Q is testing a really big area, 5-year channel resistance. You want to see that, I think, when you trade these tech stocks, just so you have a sense of kind of the index or the overall tempo of the market. NVIDIA obviously is a bit of a wag the dog, if you will, because it's such a behemoth, as is Tesla, that their movements in themselves obviously impact the index, as does Apple, et cetera, et cetera. But you can't ignore what's happening in the index technically. So that's all I'm going to say. I'm going to leave it at that. I'll be back tomorrow with Tuesday's NVIDIA report. You have a great day.